2019, and I'm here at the 2427 Trailhead in Uwharrie National Forest, North Carolina. My plan is to be out for 3 days and do the Dutchman's Creek Trail, Uwharrie Trail Figure 8, which should be about 20 miles or so. We just had a very brief rain shower roll through, and there is a pretty good chance of storms on Saturday and Sunday, so hoping for the best there, but otherwise super excited to be out on this trip in beautiful Uwharrie. It's time to hit the trail. You may be able to hear the rain coming down through the trees a little bit, but you can also see a lot of blackened trunks, and the Forest Service does prescribe burns occasionally in the Uwharrie region to help keep the undergrowth low and to prevent a real fire from getting out of control if it does start. So even though there is a lot of blackened forest in Uwharrie, it's really nothing to worry about. There's a marsh just a little bit off the trail, right through the trees there. Home sweet home. This looks like camp for the night. Nice open space down here with a campfire ring and close proximity to some water from the creek. There was a 20% chance of rain today, so naturally it has rained every step of the trip so far. Uwharrie is the youngest of North Carolina's national forests, established in 1961. The Uwharrie Mountains are an ancient range, estimated to have once soared over 20,000 feet, but now topping out at 1,100. The sun has started poking out, and it's a beautiful view of the campsite from my hammock spot. Let's take a look at the map for today. It got a little wet in the rain earlier, but it still works just fine. So today I started down at the 2427 Trailhead, and the Dutchman's Creek Trail is yellow, so it came up Dutchman's Creek Trail along the way here and came about a little under 5 miles or so into this area And that is where camp is for the night. Babbling brook, beautiful ferns, crazy shaped tree. Day 1 of my solo trip in Uwharrie National Forest has been a good day. I've mentioned the rain a couple times, but it really hasn't been a big deal despite raining almost non-stop since the beginning of the trip, because it's ranged from a light drizzle to a mild shower, and the trees have blocked a lot of it from getting down, so it hasn't been a huge problem. The hiking today was beautiful through the forest. Spring has sprung in this area. It's very green, and I'm looking forward to a relaxing evening as the sun continues to come out and hopefully the rain moves out. It's been a good first day, and I'll look forward to day 2 tomorrow. Good night. Well, good morning. Made it to day 2. The birds are happy to be out here, and so am I. Last night was smooth sailing for the most part. Not too much weather came through, and the temperature was very comfortable all night, so that made for a good night. The expectation is today that there's a pretty high chance of rain, and it's an overcast morning right now, so certainly hoping for the best there. Excited for another beautiful day in Uwharrie National Forest, North Carolina. Let's take a look around camp this morning. Down there to the left is a small brook that serves as a water source and a relaxing noise throughout the night. There to the right, we have the hammock set up. And here's one of the 3 fire pits. There to the right is the second. And as we continue to work around this fairly large campsite, the 3rd campfire is over there close to the trail, which is right through those trees. Camp has been packed up on day 2, and I'm ready to put rubber to the road. It's time to hit the trail. Big Island Creek. This shot is for people who think that Uwharrie is all flat because it's in the middle of the state. 360-degree view of Uwharrie National Forest at the top of this ridge. This looks like a much younger section of the forest with all these small trees along the Dutchman's Creek Trail. Dutchman's Creek. It is midday in mid-May, and I am midway through my backpacking trip here in Uwharrie. Dutchman's Creek has come to a nice corner here, and I'm gonna eat lunch over on the bank while I enjoy the view of the creek. The nation's first gold rush took place nearby in 1799. Many of the creeks in the Uwharrie region still show signs of past gold mining activity. Officially over halfway done, the 10-mile mark. This is the junction of the Dutchman's Creek Trail and Uwharrie Trail at the top of the figure 8. So this ends the part of my journey on the Dutchman's Creek Trail, and the rest of it will be on the Uwharrie Trail. This spot along the Uwharrie Trail has an interesting dichotomy of forest. There on the right side, we can see the clear undergrowth, and on the left side is a much more open forest with a lot of green. The rain, which has held off all day, has finally started to come down, so I'm going to go ahead and switch into my rain gear. Awesome, let's go. Well, this isn't a sight that you see on every trail. Some heavy machinery. Big Island Creek. Home sweet home. This looks like camp for the night. Got a nice fire ring. Only a couple 100 feet, if that, from the creek. And a couple nice trees to set the hammock between. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up because there's been some thunder coming in and want to make sure that I have shelter for the rain. In the late 1960s and early 70s, a group led by local scoutmaster Joe Moffett built the 50-mile Uwharrie Trail. The trail was lost in the following decades, but recent efforts have been successful in recreating most of the historic distance with hope that it will be complete again. This is looking up Big Island Creek, and this is looking down Big Island Creek. Here's a look at the map for day 2. Last night, I camped around this area on the Dutchman Creek Trail. So today, I continued up the Dutchman Creek Trail and finished off that before hopping back on the Uwharrie Trail, looping back around, and I'm camped in this area along Big Island Creek. Day 2 was around 10 to 11 miles. Well, day 2 has been another great day. Despite rumblings of thunder over the past hour or two, the rain really hasn't started in earnest yet. Just a couple small, brief showers throughout the day. Today's probably been about 10 or 11 miles, and it's been beautiful forest that I've been fortunate enough to walk through. I'm not sure if the storm is going to blow in later on or not, but I've got camp set up, so we're going to go ahead and call this the end of day 2, the last night of this trip. Good night. Good morning. Made it to day 3. Last night was rainy for most of the night, but stayed dry underneath the tarp, so no big deal there. It's the last day of the trip here, and I've got about 5 miles left on the Uwharrie Trail to get back to the 2427 Trailhead. There has been a couple sprinkles this morning, but I'm hoping that that will hold off for at least until I get camp packed up. But it'd be nice if it held off until I got back to the car. Should be a nice hike out, and hopefully one last fun day in Uwharrie before the trip is over. I'm gonna get packed up here in a couple minutes and then hit the trail. Let's take one final look at the map here on day 3. So I spent last night camped where the Uwharrie Trail crosses Big Island Creek, somewhere under this 276 marker, which is the number marker for the Uwharrie Trail. And I'm gonna follow the Uwharrie Trail down about 5 miles or so until I get back to the 2427 Trailhead. And so that will complete the entirety of the Dutchman's Creek Uwharrie Trail's Figure 8 Loop. It's about 19.9 miles. Camp is all packed up, and it's time to hit the trail to finish off my 3-day solo backpacking trip in Uwharrie National Forest, North Carolina. Let's do it to it. Maybe this is why Big Island Creek gets its name, because there's a big island here. Here's a little turtle on the trail. Probably about 3 or 4 inches long. The creek's a couple 100 yards down, so he's had a pretty decent climb to get up here. Good luck to where you're going, buddy. We can hear that we're close to the road, and there's the trailhead. Back to where it all started 3 days ago. It's been a great backpacking adventure here in Uwharrie National Forest, North Carolina. It's a perfect time of year to come. It's not gotten too hot yet. The bugs weren't too bad. A couple rain showers came through, but nothing that couldn't be dealt with. I had a great time. It was a beautiful trip. I actually grew up around 20 to 30 minutes outside the northern part of Uwharrie. We're in the southern part now, and today is Mother's Day, so I'm going to go ahead, drive out here, and go say hey to my mom. I won't be making this video until well after Mother's Day, but there's never a better time than the present to thank your mom. So go ahead and do that now. Until next time, signing out.